You can see that, right?
Thanks for tagging me in this one because this one's funky. So my best guess, effectively, it's convection currents based on the fact that they seem to be boiling water maybe for pasta, which I assume means they started with cold water, and they're using an electric stove. That's the most important part. So electric stoves can heat your pots a little faster than a gas burner can, and that's kind of part of it is just because it's the metal sitting directly on a hot piece of metal rather than like the fire that's kind of got to still go through air. For this reason, the bottom of the pot gets hot a little faster than the rest of the pot does. And if she started with cold enough water, then that water on the bottom gets hot way faster than the water on the top does. And at some point, what happens is the water on the top is more dense and it starts to just kind of sink to the bottom of the pot because it's more dense because, it's cold and they're kind of like taking up less space versus when, even when you're hot, you don't want people near you, but when you're cold, you want to cuddle with somebody. It's not super off the mark, but anyway, the cold water is more dense. So it sinks. And as it sinks, the hot water has to kind of come up to take its place. Now, when this happens, if it's a tall enough pot, you get a temperature gradient because now, you had a temperature gradient, but now you got a larger one. So now the water on the bottom gets a little bit more time to warm up. The water on the top gets a little bit more time to cool down. And then it happens again. And this kind of keeps happening and keeps happening. And even once they equilibrate in temperature, the swirling is still happening. That current that it created in the pot is still happening. So at some point, if say they stirred it this way or jostled the pot, the current that's swirling sideways can just flip laterally and start twirling, kind of like how tornadoes work. It's very similar. That would be my best guess, and I'm not the only person who thinks this, but thanks for giving me a shot to try answering it.